if you stay ready.
Okay, so today I'm going to talk about my first pregnancy. It was real smooth, easy. I didn't have all that morning sickness stuff. Like, only time I would throw up was like maybe the third month. And that was only if I ate like too much. That's the only time. And if I brushed my teeth and then I brushed too far on the back of my tongue, that'd be the other only time. But other than that, both of my pregnancies were actually easy. But the labor part for my first one, my water actually broke on its own at home. Well, I was at my mom's house, and I was sleeping in her guest bedroom. So, I mean, only pregnant people know, but sometimes when you're sleeping and you really have to pee, but you don't realize it, sometimes a little bit comes out, you know? So I was like, oh shoot, let me go use the bathroom. So I went to use the bathroom and, wipe myself, go back to bed, and I noticed more was coming out. So I'm like, dang, I keep peeing on myself. So I go take a shower this time because it was a little bit more. So I take a shower. And then I go back to bed. But this time I'm like, I'm just going to leave a towel on because I just keep peeing on myself. That's what I was thinking because, that's my first time. And it just kept doing it. So I was like, I took another shower. And then finally, I just sat on the toilet because I'm like, forget it. I'm just going to just sit here and just let it all out. And my mom, she comes in and she's like, what are you doing? Why are you taking 2 showers? What's wrong with you? So I was just like, I keep peeing on myself. And she's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, I said, I just keep peeing on myself. I don't know. Like, it just keep coming out. I was like, when I walked back to the room, like, it was still coming out, like, as I'm walking. And, me, it's early in the morning. It was like 6 or 7 in the morning. So, I'm not really thinking. Forgetting I'm pregnant, well, I didn't forget I was pregnant, but I'm forgetting the whole water break situation. So I'm like, I just keep peeing on myself. And she's like, I think your water broke. And I'm like, nah, because in my head, when I'm thinking about water breaking, I'm thinking like the whole thing will break, like squish, splatter everywhere, not little trinklets feeling like pee. So she called my sister, because my sister got a couple of kids. And she's like, her water broke. And I'm like, oh my God, it's time. Like, really? Remind you, it was 2 weeks before my due date. So I didn't pack a bag at all. So I had to go all the way to the basement. Because at that time I was living in my mom's basement. So I had to go all the way to the basement. Why was I even sleeping in the guest room in the first place? I don't even know. So I had to go all the way to the basement to my room, pack up my clothes right then and there as it's still coming out. And I'm just like, forget it. Like, there's no point in me keep changing clothes. Like, it's just water or whatever. So yeah, I pack all my clothes really fast. So I'm like, Mom, let's go. Tell me why. She gonna say, let me take a shower. I said, what? She said, I'm gonna take a shower. You go walk the dog. I was like, hold on. Go walk the dog? Like, I could have sworn I'm in labor now. Like, what? You mean walk the dog? Okay. And she was so serious. So serious. But when I was sitting there, like, I was snapping this whole thing. I'm so upset I didn't save the snap. Like, it would have been hilarious. I'm really sitting there ready to go at the door, and I hear the shower cut on. I was like, she is serious. So I went ahead and I went to go walk the dog, and I'm like cracking up. Like, are you serious? And she was like, this is your first baby. It's going to take all day long. And remind you, like, the day before and a couple of days, and like 2 weeks before, two friends, like, associates, they had their babies. And it was their first time babies. And they were in labor for hours, like a whole day and whatnot. So I'm like, maybe she's right, No, for me and my sister, when it comes to birth, it goes fast. Ain't no a whole day. You only in there for a few hours and you out. So, yeah, finally, she comes outside. So I put the towel down in my car because I'm like, this stuff is not going to be leaking on my seats. So, get there. No, so I sit in the car. And what does she do? She decides to go talk to her neighbors. And I'm like, what? So they both start lighting up their cigarettes. I was like, what is going on? Like, am I not having a baby right now? Am I not? Like, why y'all treating this like it's okay? Like, why y'all not doing nothing about this? Like, what? So they both sitting there like, girl, you fine. You gonna be in there all day. And I'm like, no, I'm not, because I prayed that I would have a fast labor. I didn't want to be like them and be in labor for a whole 18 hours and whatnot. Like, no, that's not me, and it's not going to be me. So finally, my mom takes me to the hospital, whatever. We go through the emergency room, and they take me back, and they're like, because, you know, when you call the doctors and it's your first baby, they always think you don't know what you're talking about. Because I had to call my doctor. Of course, you got to call your doctor as soon as you think you about to have birth. So I called, and they're like, go to the go to the hospital and let them check and see if your water really broke and see if it's actually time. I think I'm peeing on myself, so I'm sure my water broke. I can't control it. Whatever. I get there. They're like, yeah, you're ready. You're 5 centimeters. I was like, what? Arrived to the hospital at 5 centimeters. So they're hurrying up, giving me the ID. They're like, do you want to do epidural? And I'm like, because, me and my husband, we were like, no epidural, we're going to do this. So I'm like, nah, not yet. Them joints start kicking in. And they're like, you sure? Before it's too late. I was like, because once you get a certain, centimeters, we can't give it to you no more. And that's going to be it. And me, I hate period cramps. Like, I hate them. I hate the tiniest ones. And that's what it felt like. It felt like period cramps, but like a lot stronger. Like, really strong. So no, I couldn't take it no more. Like, I'm sitting there squirming in the bed. I couldn't do it. No. So I was like, give it to me. About that time, my husband was finally there. Sorry about that. Yeah, so he finally got there. So, I'm nervous because, 1, I'm about to have a baby, but 2, I'm about to get epidural. So, I heard you could get paralyzed, if you move and stuff. So, me, I was already squirming around because it was kind of, the time that I did get it was kind of too late for me because the pain was to the point where I couldn't sit still. Literally, like, I could not sit still. My husband had to hold me down because I just could not. Like, I could not stop moving. So I was scared because I couldn't stop moving, and I'm about to get an epidural shot that, that could possibly paralyze me. So I'm trying my best to stay still. Finally get through the shot and stuff. I'm about to cry and everything, getting emotional because I feel like I'm about to be paralyzed. So yeah, I get that. And of course, epidural does not work for me. It didn't work. I still was feeling the pain because my baby was coming faster than the epidural, could actually start working. So they gave me this dosage of something, and like I just went completely numb down there, like just numb. So I ain't feel nothing. Remind you, I was burning up hot during all that. Before the epidural, I was burning up hot. I asked for a fan about 5 times. About the time I got the epidural, the fan came. When I got the epidural, it froze me. Like, I got cold instantly. Like, I went from hot to cold real fast. So I'm like, I don't need the fan no more. Like, I asked you for the fan like 30 minutes ago. Whatever. So I'm like, now I need an extra blanket. Feeling all demanding. But, that's what it feels like when it's time. So, yeah. So I get the blanket and stuff. And, after the shot, about 4 hours later, my daughter was here. I had to push, and I didn't know how to push at all. I had to learn right then and there how to push. I'm up here and doing Kegels and everything else in the book, but pushing. And they're like, pushing. I'm like, do y'all not understand that I am completely numb down there? Like, I can't feel nothing. I can't feel if I'm pushing. They're like, push like you pooping. And I'm like, do y'all not realize I don't feel nothing down there? I don't know if I'm pushing or not, but I'm going to try. But yeah, eventually I had her. No tears, nothing. OG. So yeah, that was my first experience. It was pretty nice. She came out, she was all purple I thought she was breathing, but apparently she wasn't, because they said the cord was wrapped around her neck for the last push that I did, the last push / Kegel, because you could see all around her head where I did that Kegel so tight. It shaped her head like a cone head. So, but you know, they told me just to keep like massaging it tight to just put it back down in place. Like, but you could literally see the ring around her head. But she's okay now. You know, she's 1 year old. She's hilarious, full of life, everything you would want to be right now. So, I did good. Alright guys, follow me on Snapchat. Oh, subscribe me on here too, you know. I haven't been back, but I'm coming back, okay? So I need y'all to start subscribing and stuff. Yeah, okay? And if you want to hear more stories or something about motherhood and you need help, just let me know. I'll make videos, because you know, on my way to work, I got time to do anything, because nobody calls me right now. Everybody that I know is at work, so this is like my only time that I can really actually make a video. I hate the fact that this is the only time I can make a video, but it is what it is. So I don't know, maybe I can make another one at home. I don't know, but right now this seems to be the quiet place for me to be able to make a video. But yeah, follow me on Instagram. I'll put all that stuff in the description and stuff. Follow me on Snapchat and yeah, IG, all that.